Hey everybody, Jim Powers from MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we catch up with our coaches on a weekly basis. And joining us is our men's soccer coach, David Korn. And last weekend, Friday was a roller coaster. Not going to lie to you, we talked about it after the game. Saturday, some opportunities against an extremely good Rockhurst team, which was just moved into the number one slot in the Division II poll. But we really held ourselves against them, and I think because of that outcome, we actually received votes for the first time in the Division II era for men's soccer. Talk a little bit about the weekend and some of the highs from Friday and, just a great weekend of soccer.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Friday's game, I thought we had a great start to it. Scored 2 goals inside of 10 minutes. Created a lot of chances in the first half. I would say for the majority of the game, controlled large portions of it. And in the second half, as we look back at it, there were some moments we didn't manage as well. And ultimately, I also give credit to William Jewell. They mounted a good comeback and created 2 goals in the final part of the game. And we talked about it going into overtime is, okay, well, we may not be happy that we're here, but what are we going to do in terms of kind of getting over that mental disappointment and be able to react positively. And the guys created 4 chances off the kickoff and got a good goal. And I give them a lot of credit for their response in that game. And no wins are easy in the GLVC, so that was a good result for us. And moving into Sunday was obviously another challenge against what has been now named, the number 1 team in the country. And they're a very good, well-coached team. And we felt like the effort we put forth as a team was good on the day. I think some of our execution still can be a little bit better. And when you play teams at that level, it's important that you minimize mistakes and that we do a good job with the chances we created. And I thought we created good chances and played well in good spells of the game. And maybe that's a big part of our recognition this week in terms of getting kind of honored at the national level. And that's, to me, is a testament to the guys and the growth that they've had. Our goal wasn't to be named in the polls. Our goal was to put ourselves in a position to win a GLVC championship, and we've got 10 games left, and we really need to do a good job over that span, and it starts this weekend. So that'll kind of be our focus moving into training today.
The one thing I've really noticed over the last handful of games is we're doing a great job in winning those 50-50 battles in the midfield and being able to turn those into some great attacks and getting some good passes downfield. And we just haven't seen that out of Maryville soccer in quite a while. And it's really cool to see how they're working hard in the midfield to create some of those chances.
Yeah, we've obviously got a number of guys who can play in there and are very talented. The games have their elements where they're going to be very pretty, but they also have their elements where you've got to roll up your sleeves and compete. And we have, I think, continued to stress, and our guys have continued to work harder in some of those moments where it's not always going to show up in the statistical column. So I think they've embraced the challenge and the competitiveness of the game. And if we can do that, we give ourselves more opportunities to be successful.
I think one of the guys that has really stepped up leadership-wise is Nico Andrade. He seems like a coach out on the field, and just watching him this past weekend, relaying different things and hearing you and him talk, it just really seems like he's assumed that leadership role out in the midfield area for your team.
He has, and he does a good job both off the field and on the field, I think, of being an extension of the coaching staff, and that's something we've talked about. And we only have one captain, and that's not to say that we don't have other great leaders on the team. But I think you've got to have someone on the field and on your team that can continue to keep the guys centered, can correct the guys when they need a correction, can encourage the guys in the right moments. And Nico wants to win badly, and that comes out sometimes in his play. And I think he's done a better job, and especially these last 3 games we had this week, of being more under control in those moments, and that's important. We need someone on the field who's going to be a good, stable leader, and Nico's certainly developed and continuing to do a good job for us there.
When the poll came out last night, I took the look, and I always scan for the GLVC teams first, and when I saw us listed, just seeing that for the first time ever in our Division II era, it was awesome to see that. And you just said it. It's a testament to their hard work, but how do you now let those guys know, hey, okay, this is where we're at. Guess what? We're now one of the top 30, 35 teams in the country. This is what we need to do to move forward. How do you kind of get that out of them so they know what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with celebrating those kind of accomplishments. We're not going to hide the storyline or anything like that from the guys. I think anytime that you're working on a season, you're talking about progressing, you're talking about improvement. it's great to have short-term victories. Those could be a win in a game. It could be a moment throughout the season. It could be a ranking in a poll. Those things are great. When the season's over and we sit back and reflect, it'll be kind of the progress we made, especially here in about 30 days when we get to our final regular season contest, at how we're playing, how we're performing, how much the teams is improved, and what we've earned in terms of our record and our results. So that has to be our focus. This is great and should spur us on and give us energy and encourage the guys. However, I don't think they'll be satisfied, nor do I think their goals or ours as a team revolved around this moment. However, I'm also extremely proud of them for earning that. Now we need to continue to earn more accolades and really more success throughout the next 30 days.
And it doesn't get any easier this weekend. Drury on Friday night, S&T on Sunday. Both teams playing extremely good soccer right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good challenge. You know, Drury just took their first loss, but other than that has had a great season. S&T hasn't lost. They're a tough team to beat. You know, both teams, I think, are well coached and with coaches who have been in the league now for several years. So for us, it's a great opportunity to go into good environments, play at a couple of good neighboring GLVC opponents, and a good experience for our guys and to continue to measure where we're at. It's also a good opportunity for us to earn some points and push further up in the standing by taking points from teams that are ahead of us. So I'm excited. It's going to be a good weekend.
No doubt about it. David, good luck this weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
David Korn joins us. They head down to Drury on Friday. The Drury match will be on the Drury stream, glvcsn.com/Drury, so you'll be able to follow the men's game on Friday, and then on Sunday they travel up to Rolla to take on Missouri S&T. You can follow our Twitter feed at Maryville Saints for all of the action on Sunday. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.
Go Saints.